boosters over 245 times since our first reflight of an orbital class booster 6 years ago.
Yeah, and it really comes down to our design philosophy. If you're not failing in some way, then there's room to learn and push the design to improve. And failure doesn't just mean blowing up a rocket. It might mean not being as efficient as we want to be or producing slower than we want to. So that approach has been the basis of how we've made all of our major innovative advancements.
All right, now Falcon 9 has certainly come a long way, and Starship will too. But as a reminder, today is a test. We really hope to get to stage separation, but any data received will help us improve. It's the second of many future flight tests of Starship before it becomes fully operational.
And these flight tests teach us about the limits of our design.
All right, there you go. That should be working now. Okay. Have you got it? Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. I got the first 35 notices. I had no sound. Microsoft updated my operating system without my approval yet again overnight. Yet again. There you go. That should be working now. Okay, there we go. Okay. I got it. Yeah, thank you. Yep, thank you. I'm so sick of this. I have this idiotic operating system set for do not update. I come in here this morning and everything's all dicked up, and I forget that it screws up this software every time. Yeah, they did the same to you, Tony. Sorry about that. All right, folks, we are T-minus 9 minutes and 9 seconds from launch. Sorry for the delay there. My apologies, but it's micro shit. The world's worst operating system next to Apple, which is also pretty crappy. Let's get rid of the politically correct commentators over there. This is the Boca Chica launch site in Texas. What a beautiful view right there. Isn't that incredible? It's releasing now gas. This is the Starship launch. They tried this back in April. It didn't go so well. They had to abort and blow the thing up, if you recall. And we keep talking about it's the second launch, but we have been with them since the very beginning. You remember that we were doing these launches when they did the prototypes, and the dang thing just went up, came back, landed, and exploded. Remember that? Anyway, so Starship, they've received something like $12 billion from NASA throughout their history. Elon Musk announced this rocket, the big Falcon rocket, or the big effing rocket, back in 2005, his vision to take us to Mars, and eventually it would cost just $2 million per flight, carrying up to 100 astronauts, and that would take you $1,500, $2,000 for a flight to Mars is the plan. That's absolutely crazy. Given that you're months at a time on a ship, how could it be so inexpensive? Just the food alone, would cost you that much. Ivan Brink, welcome to you. Stephen von Vijk, Tony Nagy. Tony, it's been ages. I wonder where you've been. Launch into space and come down next to Hawaii. Thank you guys. Janet, Dylan, Stephen, Tony, the sound. Yeah, once again, Microsoft updating my operating system. It says no updates, and it doesn't. But we're approaching T-minus 7. We'll stay with the launch, and we'll stay with them as long as they keep it going. Usually these days, SpaceX will continue coverage for about 15 minutes after launch. Hopefully this will go well. This is the largest rocket ever assembled, folks. This thing is massive with 16.7 million pounds of thrust. It's unbelievable. They're venting right now. You can see up there. It's an unmanned flight, of course. No astronauts on board this flight today. It's a test. NASA is now saying that, contrary to what SpaceX has said, it's going to take upwards of maybe 20 test flights before they are able to actually launch this stuff. Yeah, so before, with humans on it, I'm saying, so with humans, a manned space flight with this, up to 20 flights now. SpaceX was saying would be far less than that, but whatever the case is, this is an incredible advancement in space technology. The largest rocket, 40% larger than the biggest Soviet rocket that was ever launched. This was 120 meters high or something like that, over 400 feet high. It is the largest one ever launched in history, bigger than the Falcon 9 rocket that they use for their other launches, like for their Starlink and other things and satellites. So welcome back to the program, folks. Good to see you all again. Oh, look at all those engines under there. Those engines are incredible. Those are the 13-middle engines right there. They're getting ready to gimbal those things and ensure that they can adjust them. So we're approaching 5 minutes before flight launch. Dylan, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to bring it, and thank you to SpaceX, who allows content creators to use their content to promote space flight and exploration. There's just been a whoop going on. There's a lot of cheering. Apparently, we got to go. Right now, there's a possible hold at T-minus 40, although there was just a big whoop from the flight crew. It is nearly 8 a.m. East Coast time, nearly 7 a.m. there in Boca Chica, Florida. Texas, excuse me. Texas. That's an absolutely incredible view there of the marshlands. Approaching T-minus 5 minutes, folks. Now, of course, this launch comes in the midst of a media-generated fake controversy regarding the Starship founder and CEO Elon Musk, claiming he's posted some anti-Semitic tropes. If you see what he actually wrote, it's not that at all, but the media is making it out as if he did do something interesting. Anything to undermine the guy that they think they can no longer count on. This is an incredible 16.7 million pounds of thrust. This is crazy. So we're under 5 minutes now, folks. Under 5 minutes from the Boca Chica launch site there in Florida. Yeah, this one is scheduled to go at 8 a.m. It's a 20-minute window if it doesn't launch at 8. As I said, there may be a hold at T-minus 40. We're waiting to hear that. It is a 2-hour window for the launch, but they're targeting the first 20 minutes here. 395 feet tall, not 400. That's 120 meters. Tallest and most powerful rocket ever built. Even more powerful than the Saturn V rocket that launched the Apollo space program back in the 1960s. The rocket that my grandfather was the lead engineer on the tail fin assembly. It's a test, Ivan. They're trying to get it to orbit. That's the mission for today. Last time they attempted, there will be a water landing attempt in the Gulf of Mexico when it comes back down, so we'll stick around for that. Yeah, the key thing here is some of the flight dynamics. They're trying to have controlled ascent, keep control of the craft as it goes up, and then control burn coming back down. So it's really testing the dynamics, the aerodynamics of the Starship once again, which they've done previously. It hasn't gone so well. But, you know, try, and hopefully you succeed. So the same thing happened with Falcon 9. You know, Falcon 9, they launched it and had unsuccessful launches, and then they learned lessons from that, improved the capability and the technology involved in it, put in new safety measures, adjusted the firing mechanisms and the attitude control and things like that. And now Falcon 9 is an incredibly reliable rocket that takes humans into space. We've taken humans into space multiple times now with the Falcon 9 rocket. This is the Super Heavy. So, splash down near Hawaii. I'm not sure. I thought they said the Gulf of Mexico. Let's see. So we're down about 2 minutes, and there's still talking about a 40-second hold at T-minus 40, potentially holding the launch. So let's see what happens here, folks. Keith Alderson, welcome to you, Tony. Good to see you there. Now, one of the problems is that when the other one took off, it carved a big crater in the launch pad here at Boca Chica. And so it took them months to repair this launch pad. What they've done is they've installed massive water deluge systems so that they can flood that pad with water so that it's not burned apart. That last time they launched, the rocket is so massive, so much thrust, so much heat that it just dug a hole in the launch pad. So this time they've come up with another method. So you'll probably see minus 2 minutes. The hold has been put on hold, no pun intended. Looks like we're going to launch on time. T minus 142. We're getting ready here. Oh my goodness. The potential hold at T minus 40 has been lifted for now. Looks like we're a go. This is exciting stuff. Just a minute and a half. They are now testing the first stage. Yeah, so we probably will see a lot of steam on the on the launch pad when this thing goes up. All right, approaching T minus 1 minute. SpaceX Starship launch, second test flight of this version. At my mark, T minus 1 minute and counting. Mark, T minus 1 minute. Here we go. Now, I've read somewhere that they're relying on the Starlink network for imagery. I guess I didn't know they had cameras on it, but I'm not that sure if that's true. But we'll see. They do a pretty good job of having camera angles in this. T minus 40. Up, the clock is stopped. Why are they cheering? The clock is stopped. There it goes. All right, we're past the T40. We're past the mark. Here we go, folks. T minus 35. We are go for launch. Here we go.
Back to rapid recycle.
Oh, they went back to 41. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? We're back in the hold. We are back in the hold. T minus 41. What happened there? We've got 20 minutes here to launch this. Normally it's a 30-minute window when they put a hold on it. They hold it for up to 30 minutes, but we only have a 20-minute window now. It's 8 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 in Central, and it got deathly silent there at T minus 40 and holding. Not sure what the hold is about. All right, so we got excited. We got excited for nothing. Hang on. Let's go, Starlink. Let's get this thing going here. We got a hold at T minus 40. It's like Charlie Brown. Lucy just pulled the football out from under our feet there, folks. We got all excited. Hang on. T minus 40. My goodness. Update here. Okay. There's some late pressurization on the second stage rocket. This is disappointing. This launch window is narrow here. Just hearing from flight control that they have about 15 minutes, not 20 for this window now. Still at T minus 40 and a hold. My goodness. Still waiting. Yeah, the commentators are telling people, don't leave, don't leave. We're just holding. There's no reason to leave. The Windows update. There you go. Well, it updated yesterday too, which is annoying. I wasn't expecting an update this morning. All right, we've restarted the launch. Here we go, folks. T minus 35.
T minus 30 seconds.
Here we go. Let's go, SpaceX. Light this candle. T minus 25. Oh, baby. I'm going to take myself off the camera now so you get an unobstructed view of what's happening here at the Boca Chica launch site. Approaching T minus 15.
10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Light this candle, SpaceX.
We have liftoff.
We have liftoff.
pitching downrange.
Go, baby, go. Once again, leading the world into the future. T plus 23 seconds. Everything looks nominal at this point. Gaining speed. Currently approaching 600 kilometers per hour. Already 2 kilometers from the surface of the big blue marble.
We are T plus 40 seconds into the flight of Starship. 33
Look at her
rapid
go.
engines.
Every engine is lit.
Power and telemetry nominal.
We've heard power and telemetry nominal call out. We're heading downrange over the Gulf of Mexico.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. Every engine is lit. We had a problem previously when not all those engines were light. This time every one of them is fired. Go Starship.
And that call out tells us Starship is through the period of greatest stress on the way to space.
Over 1,500 kilometers per
And
hour
the next
now.
major event is hot staging in just over 90 seconds from now. To get ready, the booster will shut
18
down all but
kilometers from
3
the surface of the
Raptor
Earth.
engines. Clamps holding the 2 stages together will release, and the Starship's second stage will ignite its engines. Starship will then separate from the Super Heavy booster and head to space.
There you go. So turn the announcer off there. Yeah, so we're still going. There we go. Look at her go. Approaching 3,000 meters, or kilometers, excuse me. 3,000 kilometers. Still going. It will touch down the Gulf of Mexico. I'm not sure where you're getting the Hawaii thing. It just confirmed it does touch down in the Gulf of Mexico. Look at that. That's just absolutely beautiful, man. You don't even see the tail on that, the burning tails on it anymore. Now it almost looks like a torch flying. That looks like a torch flying in space, doesn't it? Look at that. Now over 4,000 kilometers now above the surface of the Earth. 33 Raptor engines all firing like clockwork as we speak. Approaching 5,000 kilometers. 5,000 kilometers, 59 kilometers is the altitude. Houston and New Orleans stations are tracking. Okay, now are they shutting down engines? They just did booster engine cutoff. Successful booster engine cutoff. Down to the 3 engines there. You can see it on the graphic, the bottom side. Separation of the booster has just occurred. You can see it coming back. It's all going like clockwork at the moment, folks. Although I see that it looks like maybe 3 engines may not have fired on the main.
The first ever successful hot stage for SpaceX's Starship.
The speed you're seeing on the left-hand side is the
Super
booster
Heavy
coming
booster.
back. Oh, it blew up.
And as you can see, the Super Heavy booster has just experienced a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. However,
blew up.
our ship is still underway
blew
with
up.
all 6.
The booster blew up.
And we just heard there, ship avionics, power and telemetry nominal, all 6.
The ship is fine, but the booster blew up. It just experienced a rapid, unscheduled descent. It blew up. Dang. The booster blew up. So it was coming down at 3,800 kilometers per hour at 90 kilometers above the surface of the Earth when it exploded. Boom. But the ship is still continuing now, folks. Now at 7,500 kilometers per hour. You can see it there on the screen. Crowd is cheering again.
Happening. But ship is still going strong.
And it's doing great.
Lost the booster.
Right now, the ship, the second stage, is on its way. Like we said, you can see all 6 of its engines are ignited.
Wow, wow, wow. Yep,
The
on the
next
right-hand
major
side, you can see that all
milestone
6
for
engines.
the ship
The 3 big ones and the
will
3
be
small ones
the
in the center there.
shutdown of those engines. Or
Second engine cutoff coming up here shortly, folks. Wow, the booster blew. That was incredible watching that thing blow up. And you can see there's no telemetry data on the left anymore because it does not exist. Does not exist. We're now at nearly 5 minutes since launch. T plus 5 minutes on my mark. T plus mark 5. Starship trajectory is nominal. Of course, we can't say the same for the booster, which no longer exists, having blown up 90 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Oh, you missed it, Flesh, and this was incredible. Looked very different than the previous launches. Yeah, no, I think you're right, Tony. The tumbling is what caused that explosion, most likely. So we're now at over 10,000 kilometers per hour. Now, this is taking longer than when we see the Falcon 9 rockets. They reach this speed much quicker. Within a couple minutes, they're already at like 23,000 kilometers per hour. I'm presuming because this thing is so large, it's taking longer. Okay, now they're saying it is in the Pacific Ocean, north of Hawaii. So I'm not sure. Their information is conflicting. Perhaps you got it right saying Hawaii. Oh, wow. But the booster's gone, folks. We're up to 12,500 kilometers per hour now as the Starship continues. Nominal pressure for the ship. Tony knows everything. Well, this one's been a confusing launch. The press reporting multiple things that have been incorrect. So it's a shame because by now we would have seen the booster landing, which would have been great. But now we're not going to see it. So we're going to have to wait for this thing to reach its altitude and then come back down. "15,000 kilometers per hour, 149 kilometers above the surface of the Big Blue Marble. We are 6 minutes and 44 seconds into the launch of the Starship, which had its booster returning to the surface, and at about 90 kilometers, they finally taken the telemetry data off the side there. At 90 kilometers above the surface of the Earth, 3,800 kilometers, it was tumbling in an uncontrolled tumble. I don't know if the ground crew detonated and exploded it or exploded on its own. We'll find that out from SpaceX later on. But what's that? What's going on there? It looks like just the angle of the light. You can see the light being diffracted there as Starship continues its ascent. Now at 19,000 kilometers per hour as it climbs into space. 148 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. Did ground control disassemble it? That's my presumption here. I didn't hear them say if they did. So 21,700 kilometers per hour. Remember, it's early morning in Texas, folks. You're getting early morning light refracted from that big ball of hot gas. Looks like we've lost the view of, what's that? Is that a bird? Something just came across the screen here like a bird. Yeah, this is a successful launch. But we've lost sight with the ground cameras here of Starship. Looks like we're trying to find it there. They're zooming in. But once again, folks, if you're tuning in late, the successful launch of Starship from the Boca Chica launch site in Texas, that's the SpaceX launch site. This is not something from Cape Canaveral in Florida. This is from their site in Texas where they've been launching these. So they've reached 24,000. The engines are shut off now. So that second engine cutoff has occurred. You can see they're no longer on. That's the graphic on the right-hand side. There is a bird. That was a bird we saw fly by. Look like a seagull.
Center in Hawthorne. Oh, there's a great view of our Star Command Center. That's our control center at Starbase, Texas. The crowd here, Mission Control Center behind us in Hawthorne. Everyone is super exciting. What a successful day this has been so far.
All right, well, we're still waiting to see what's going on. We're now, what's this? 9 minutes and 14 seconds in. Awaiting acquisition of signal. Okay. They are at 24,124 kilometers, steady state here. 148 kilometers above the Earth. So I'm not sure what it is we're waiting for as we get ready for this thing to come back down to the Earth. Hopefully the landing will be successful. A lot has been accomplished regardless of what's happened here. Getting this thing up to that height, that's never been done before. It's a first. Also, the successful use of the booster, all those engines firing, all 33. Oh, the return is in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Wow, that's a lot longer than I expected. They don't even know. They don't even know which video they're going to have for the landing. Yeah, Tony, you're correct. The booster is not a big issue as far as the success of the mission, but ultimately the booster is important because, well, I suppose less important than it is with the Falcon 9, because the booster on the Falcon 9, one of the big premises behind the whole thing is that it is a reusable launch platform, and that is what has cut the cost of launching things into space. A huge cut in the cost. For this Starship, the flights will be less frequent because it's designed to go to Mars, and so we won't be launching as often. But ultimately, that booster will be something they'll need to perfect because that's trying to cut cost. Booster, no. Well, it's a good question, but 90 kilometers, no, it shouldn't affect it. I don't know. I don't think there's I don't think you can have satellites that low because of gravity pulling it in. Let me just check. Lowest altitude satellite. Let's see what they're at. 167 kilometers is the lowest altitude. So it's not going to be an issue. Lowest altitude, and that's the Tsubame. It's an Earth observatory satellite from Japan. That one is at 167 kilometers. That's the lowest ever altitude for a low Earth orbiting satellite. LEOs as we call them. And yeah, so that's not an issue. That it was 90 kilometers when it exploded, so it's not going to affect anything. So the launch went successfully, went very well. The landing is going to be coming up here in a bit. So that's the question. What's going to happen for the landing? Let me let you listen in for a few moments here to the crowd.
To see and impressed. We saw the separation. We saw the flip maneuver. We saw the light up of the 6 Raptor engines on Starship, and it headed away. Everything really looked good. But what we do believe right now is that the automated flight termination system on second stage appears to have triggered very late in the burn as we were headed downrange out over the Gulf of Mexico. But the real topping on the cake today, that successful liftoff, Kate, Shiva, the hot staging is just beautiful. Exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah, ultimately, honestly, such an incredibly successful day. Even though we did have a RUD, or a rapid unscheduled disassembly, of both the Super Heavy booster and the ship. That's great.
I'm sorry, the RUD. The rapid unscheduled disassembly. It went kaboom. Come on, sweetheart. It went kaboom. Rapid unscheduled disassembly. Dude. RUD. Yeah. Kaboom. It went kaboom. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. Yeah, so it's going to be like over an hour before it gets down to Pacific. Tony mentioned. Yeah, I guess we're confused. I got all discombobulated because the microphone not working. Thank you, Microsoft, for updating my operating system without my authority and screwing up all my settings. But yeah, SpaceX is going to drop off here now because they will be back in the next hour. So yeah, but that's where it's at right now. So that's the launch. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So let me give you an update very quickly if you tune in this very late. Starship successfully launched from the Boca Chica launch station in South Texas. Took off, and then successful booster separation. Then the main engine cut off, successful booster separation. Then second engine ignition went fine. Starship continued up. The booster began its descent down. It was a controlled descent initially, but then the onboard automated systems aborted about 90 kilometers above the surface of the Earth and blew the thing to smithereens. Kaboom! Blew up the booster. That was exciting. Not if you're SpaceX, costs you a lot of money, but it was exciting for the viewing audience. And once the booster blew up, the Starship continued into space and is scheduled to land in less than an hour and a half in the Pacific Ocean. So we'll try to monitor that and get an estimated time. And if I can, I'll go live again to cover the landing. So thank you all for tuning for this. This is awesome. We've been with Starship since the very beginning with SpaceX, with the launch of these things. Remember the early ones, kind of crude looking, looked like something from Buck Rogers' days, and blowing up, trying to land on the platform. I remember that. That was some exciting stuff. But, you know, trial and error, you get there eventually. And the goal, of course, is to put humans on these crafts. So we want to test them as much as possible before we send Julius Malema to Mars. Yeah, bada boom, big bada boom. That's right. Big bada boom. Yeah, that's right. Lilu Dallas. Bada boom, boom, big bada boom. Yeah, no, I'm sure they do have insurance. How many times I say booster? What's that? Anyway, so multipass, Lilu Dallas multipass. Boom, bada boom, big bada boom. Oh my gosh, what a great movie! What a great movie. The Fifth Element. Yep. Corbin Dallas. Oh, I love that movie. Last night I watched Midway. A bit different than this. This sort of thing. But anyway, Garrett loves the Rudd. Yeah, we've just had a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll translate that in English for you. Ship went boom. Oh, Dylan doesn't want us to test it fully when we launch with Julius on it. We want it to go boom. Then he'll become a martyr of sorts, a space martyr. We can't have that. Yes, no, The Fifth Element is unbelievably funny. It's a great movie. It's fantastic. Looking for the priest. Anyway, yeah, no. Boom, bada boom, big bada boom. Sorry. Me. Fifth Element. Yikes. Who would have known, man? Earth, wind, water, fire, and Lilu Dallas. Oh, everything about that movie is cool. The Montechiva are supposed to protect it and all these aliens. Oh my gosh, yeah. But the part I love was when they went to the ship. They went to the spaceship, on Floss in Paradise. Oh my goodness. Ruby Rod! It's Ruby Rod! Tell me, Corbin, were you nervous in the service? No. It's Ruby Rod! Oh my goodness, that was a role made for him. It's a shame there were no sequels to that movie. Fifth Element makes you go bald. Okay. China landed the first rocket the other day. On Earth? You talking about a booster? You talking about that? They've landed a rocket on the moon. What should we talk about there, Tony? Yeah. No, The Fifth Element. What's some awesome stuff? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. You got to love it, folks. You got to absolutely love it. So, anyway, why don't we wrap it up here? Thanks for tuning in. Do appreciate you guys being with me. And didn't do the news yesterday. Just got so busy dealing with local stuff and still dealing with that. For those who are curious about Rugby Ascendant, I'm not broadcasting because I can't. Apparently, the strike that was applied blocked me from live streaming. Last week, I was able to live stream, but I suspect it was because the video had already been posted prior to the strike. And so I was able to cover all the games last week. This week, I can't. It's not letting me broadcast. I can't set up the stream. Every time I just set up, it's blocked. Now, that sucks because I've appealed and done a counter notification, but I'm still not able to broadcast. But that's what it is for now. So hopefully those strikes will be taken away. Yeah, hopefully that will be taken away. So we'll see. Wait a second here. I'm trying to remove that. Okay, there we go. So yeah, SpaceX is still continuing. They got 2.6 million people watching their blank screen right now. They're live streaming on Twitter. They're not using Facebook anymore for it, so good for them. Yep. Somebody says, I appreciate moving these broadcasts to X, but we've lost the ability to share to TV for 70-inch for goodness at a click of a button. Can we get the video player upgraded soon? Well, that's a good question, yeah. Yep. Anyway, yeah. That's apparently it doesn't work the way it worked with other things, but that's because it's new. So anyway. All right. So, SpaceX successful launch of Starship, and we're going to wrap it up here. So thank you all, guys. I'll catch you a little bit later on. Must have watched Fifth Element Third. Yeah, no, it never gets old. It's a great movie. I love that. Send in a negotiator. It's boom. Anyone else want to negotiate? That is so messed up. By the way, last night I watched, what did I watch? I watched the 2012 version of Dread with Keith Urban. It was actually better than I expected, yeah. Yeah, how do you learn to negotiate like that? Yeah, that's good. The dude who's like the little sailor guy on the ship is the same guy that was in Something About Mary. He played the guy that was pretending to be crippled with a fake British accent. If you ever watched Something About Mary, it's the exact same actor. Send in a negotiator. Yeah, Garrett, I'm going to try to, but I got to make sure I know when it happens. It's supposed to be within about an hour. So, but SpaceX is not broadcasting it right now. Hopefully they'll broadcast it. They don't know what ground stations have that can actually cover its descent. So I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but there will be cameras obviously out in the Pacific where it's going to land near Hawaii. So we'll see. I imagine they want it to land, either on Hawaii or somewhere near Hawaii, because what kind of floating platform can handle that thing? It's huge. It's big. And also, you don't want to land it in the middle of the ocean, and you got to cart it back to Hawaii. Yeah, no. Yeah, something about Mary was way too funny. I'm here for Mary. What? Oh, she went to the prom with her boyfriend, Woogie. I'm just shitting you. I love when he shows up to pick up Mary, and the door opens. It's a black dude. And he's like, did I get the right house? The marquee post comes out. Oh, that was so funny. So funny. He's just, am I at the right house? Oh, gosh. And then all her friends in Florida, when she's talking about that big hunk of cheesecake, that Brett Favre guy. Brett Favre. And they're all fighting over Mary. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was fun stuff. Those were fun days when movies were still fun. Now they're all just woke and nonsense and rewriting and falsifying history, so it's not so funny anymore. Oh, my goodness. Anyway. Matt Dillon is hired to find out about her. He goes and finds out she's so hot. So he goes back and tells him, oh, no, man. She weighs like 300 pounds, man. She's got like 6 kids. Try to scare him off of her. Oh, my goodness. Something About Mary. What a great movie. Cameron Diaz's best movie, hands down. I think it's one of Ben Stiller's best movies. Although I got to be honest, although it's as stupid as all get out, Zoolander was too funny. Zoolander was so funny, but it's the dumbest movie. Zoolander. But Something About Mary was just spot on. I got remember, he runs the road trip and he stops and goes to the bathroom in a rest stop. And the cops do a raid. All these guys are out there. Rest stops are the gay bathhouses of the 90s. And then he stops at a rest stop, and yes, it's true. Then when he finds out who Woogie is, he's like, my name's Wojciechowski. What did you think I was? Oh, God, there, Joe. Here, let me get that. I forgot about that. I forgot about the hair gel. Oh, God. It's still funny all these years later. Remember, he's like, where did it go? Oh, hang on. You got a little hair gel there. Leave it. Oh, God. Well, you have to admit, it gave her hair a lot of body. Oh, dear God. I needed a laugh this morning. We're not even watching the movie. We're laughing about it. Ooh, I got a long day today. Lots to do, but... Ooh, wow. Yeah, no, it's... that movie, every turn, and the dude sitting in the trees singing. Oh, my goodness. The old lady with her dog. God. He kills the dog. Oh, God. A freaking dog in that movie. And she's kissing it, it's licking her face. Oh, God. Oh, man. Something About Mary. Yeah. No, it's a great movies. The Fifth Element got criticized roundly. Luc Besson's movie was criticized big time. big time. It's a shame because it was really good one. It's like Starship Troopers. That was roundly criticized too, but I think there was a lot of Robert Heinlein reading fans. They love Robert Heinlein's fiction and his space science fiction. They loved it, and they anything would have been sacrilege to them. But look, the original Starship Troopers movie with Casper Van Dien and Denise Richards and Doogie Howser and all those others, that movie was epic. It was incredible. It was camp, yes, but it was also pretty cool. You know, it's we're on Planet X. It's an ugly planet. It's a bug planet. Fifth Element. Aziz, light. Yeah, Luke Perry was in that, and he was played one of the explorers. Aziz, light, light, Aziz. Then the aliens come. Oh my goodness, yeah. No, it's but the Starship Troopers was incredible. It was good stuff, man. It just got panned, and I thought that was unfair. I actually saw Starship Troopers in 1997 when it came out. I was at Fort Leavenworth. I was there for my Combined Armed Service and Staff School, and I went and watched it. I was like, wow, this is a great film. So yeah, I remember when I watched that movie. It's pretty cool. When I watched The Matrix, when the original Matrix came out, I was living in Italy. I was stationed there, and I went to a new like Warner Brothers cinema or something like that at near the mall, not too far from where the military base was, an Italian place. But on weekends they would show first-run English movies because a lot of Americans there, but also a lot of Italians like to watch the original soundtrack. And so The Matrix came out. I had no idea, no expectation of what it was. I just knew Keanu Reeves was in it, and I wasn't a big Keanu Reeves fan, but I did remember Speed. So I went and watched it, and I was just like, wow, so engrossed by that. So it's funny how you remember where you saw certain movies for the first time. The first time I ever went to a motion picture, ever saw a picture of my life, I was a freshman in college. I was 17 years old. It was August of 1982. And the movie I went and watched for $1, it was Buck Night, Uptown, in Athens, Ohio, was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Can you imagine your first movie ever is the Fast Times at Ridgemont High? The malls and Phoebe Cates and oh my goodness. What a first movie. And then of course Jackson Browne, she's got to be somebody's baby. Oh man, yeah, what a great song, Jackson Browne. Now, Fast Times at Ridgemont High and freaking Spicoli. Dude, that was my head. Well, Mr. Haddon, I figure since we're both here, it's our time, and I want pizza on our time. Well, it's a very good point, Mr. Spicoli. Who would like pizza? He took his entire pizza and gave it to class. Yeah, no, Fifth Element's the perfect combination of sci-fi meets comedy. I thought that Starship Troopers was something like that too. Another one, this great combination of sci-fi and comedy that put together really well. That was my first ever movie I ever went to. And then, as I mentioned, I remember those other movies when I went and watched them. But a lot of another movie that I always remember where I saw it and when I saw it, and I had no expectations of anything, but I just went because Tim Allen was in it. I thought, and Sigourney Weaver, I thought I'd check it out. But another great movie, which is camp but so good sci-fi, is of course Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest, and that has an incredible following. It has a cult following, and they never made a sequel to it. And of course, Alan Rickman has passed away since then, so he could never come back and play that role. But they're all kind of old now, but. Maybe I could dig them out, and have a younger crew for Galaxy Quest. But Galaxy Quest was awesome. What a great... We've come to see you. You must lead us, Captain Jason. We've watched all of the historical chronicles. Historical chronicles. It's a TV show, man. I don't want to go. The unnamed ensign always gets killed. We need a beryllium spear. A beryllium spear? Okay, all right. Give me full thrust. Oh, gosh. That was a great movie, Galaxy Quest, man. Galaxy Quest was so cool. What a great flick. But it has a cult following. People still love it. They go to conventions and stuff, and they dress up with all those characters. But what a great flick that was. Aliens get their asses kicked, and they still believe in Captain Jason and the Galaxy Quest crew. Oh, man, that was a great movie, Galaxy Quest. I was in Monterey, California when I saw that. Went to a cinema, actually almost in Pacific Grove. But, yeah, no, it was not too far from the hospital there in Monterey, up on the hill. Went up there and watched it, and I had no expectation of anything. And I was just like, yeah, Galaxy Quest was incredible. Garrett's like, Galaxy Quest? Dude, you've never seen Galaxy Quest? Oh my goodness, you have been deprived. Galaxy Quest is awesome. Such a great movie. Such a great movie. Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Tony Shalhoub, and a host of other actors. Alan Rickman, like I said, he plays the alien. A human who plays an alien. It's a TV show that the transmissions get sent out into space, and this alien race sees it, and they think that this is real. So they come to them for their salvation because there's evil enemies trying to wipe them out. And so they come to Earth to recruit them. They're at a convention, and yeah, I know you got to watch it, Gary. You got to watch it. It's a great show. And what's so funny is it was so well done because it's a take off of Star Trek, of course, and a take off of the real aspects of Star Trek. For instance, supposedly, William Shatner is a prima donna, and so that role of being a prima donna off stage is played perfectly by Tim Allen, who's a prima donna. He shows up, and everybody wants to see him, and he blows off the fans. And that's another aspect of it too. The fanboys play a role in here because the ship is in trouble. They don't know what to do. It's like Tim Allen calls back to Earth, and he talks to one of the fanboys. And the fanboy goes through the manuals that these fans created, and they find how to fix the engine so they can fight the enemy. Oh man, yeah, Galaxy Quest is so good. That's right, Tony. It is so good. Good stuff. Well, Tony, I'm glad to hear that you're working really hard because that's good. We all need to make some some cash. I need some more myself. So, yep. Yeah, there's the trailer right there that Henry just put up for it. So you got to check it out, Garrett. But Galaxy Quest, I'm sure it's available on some streaming service or something right now, or you can get it. But Galaxy Quest came out in 99 or 2000? 2000. Early 2000 anyway. Yep. So 23 years ago. Almost 24 years ago now. Excuse me. I'm excited about that launch. My nose is running here. Anyway, yeah. So fun stuff, folks. Fun stuff. Sun topped 380,000 this year. 330,000. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, I did say we're going to wrap it up. Let's go and wrap it up here. Thanks, everybody. And we'll look at trying to do the landing if we can. But I've got to check back with SpaceX and see what's going on. Let me go. In fact, let me do that now before I leave. Are they still there? There we go, SpaceX. Let me see if they're still doing it. Okay. Yeah, they were just flying. No, there's nothing. Oh, what's this? No, okay, it's not there. I don't know if they're going to even cover the landing because they just stopped. So it doesn't say anything about the landing. So, water landing in the Pacific Ocean. It doesn't, let me see. 1 hour and 30 minutes after it launches. So that's an hour from now still, roughly. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they're going to cover it. But anyway, we'll drop off. If it comes live, I'll do a short notice. We'll go. Yep. Yep. All right. Cool beans. Thanks, everybody. And take care of yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you back here in a little bit. So appreciate it. Thanks for the likes, and I hope you enjoy this. And take care. And hopefully we'll see you shortly for the landing. That's the plan anyway. Cheers.